Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela and this is Cultivating and Crafting Hope. I am starting a new rag work project, so I thought I would show you what I do. This is my ORCO Model 70. I absolutely love her. And hi Emily. This is my dog Emily. Emily wants to say hi. Hi Emily. So I started with, I have warping, this is 8/4 poly cotton blend, and I bought this from Great Northern Weaving. So I have gray, and I also have denim. So I'm going to be doing like a denim rug project. So these are the two colors I chose. So I've already wound one section on, and when I had accidentally put this on backwards when I wound this section on. So what I did is I took all the threads out and re-put this on. So now I'm going to be re-threading my cotton through my cotton thread through the guide. And I just wanted to show you how I'm doing it. So on my ORCO, I have spool pins to hold my spools, and then from the spool pins, the thread actually don't know if you can see, but there's a board here with the staples, and the thread guides go through the staples to be guided up to the thread guide. So the inner row that uses the staples that are on the inside, and the outer row uses the staples that are on the outside. That way the threads stay separate, and they don't get as tangled. So on my thread guide, I'll show you. Let's see if I can get this off again. So my thread guide has the warping guide has two sets of rows. So when you do this, when you thread it, everything from the inside row gets threaded on the bottom first, and then you come back and you start the outside row, and that goes to the top. And that's another way that these things, it's just another way to make sure that the thread doesn't get tangled as well. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I'm starting bottom row, the very first hole, and I'm going from right to left. And this will take a while because there's 24 threads. And I don't have that great coordination this morning. So I'm actually very fortunate that I have this loom. My husband is very gracious. I have a very tiny space, but he allowed me to keep this in our dining room so I can weave. So there we go. There. I'm trying to keep all the threads even as I thread them. Alright. So I did 1, 2. Now I don't know if you can see, but here's the third hole, and this is what I'm going to be weaving into. So it kind of alternates up, down, up, down. 3. Pull all of these over so I can access them easier. So, I don't know about you, but today is an absolutely gorgeous day. Or I don't know about the weather where you live, but today is an absolutely gorgeous day. It is February, but it feels like spring has definitely come early. The groundhog seems to be wrong in its prediction. So I'm just going down, whoops, drop that. So in fact, I am going this weekend to buy my potato seed and my onions. And my onions are going in the ground this weekend. Okay, so we are, that was 6, so just 4 more for this row to do. Would take a lot longer if I was having to thread through the staples, but I already did that. So, there we go. Yeah, 4 holes, 4 threads left. Sorry, just doing a quick check of myself. There we go. So, if you're watching this, do you all do any weaving? Do you do any knitting, crocheting? Do you do gardening? Do you like to garden? Tell me what you like to do. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get these as even as possible. So I'm going to try to get these in even as possible. That's pretty good. And then I have all of these threaded, so I'm going to make a knot. The reason why I knot like this is because I have a cat who likes to come along and play. So this ensures that if I need to stop, walk away, my cat can come back, cannot come back and undo what I've done. So another thing I like to do is I like to kind of tighten up, take up the tension a little bit, to help with when it comes to threading. So all I do is I'm just kind of winding this back onto the spool. Using my little finger as a guide. This way, doing this, I found helps to make sure that my yarns don't get tangled as I continue threading. There we go. That's pretty good. All right, so now I've got my gray, so I'm going to start. So again, I'm going to now I'm starting the top row, and I'm starting from right to left, and I'm starting this top hole on the right. So 1, 2, 3, braids, a little mom's bit. I've seen where some people will knot after groups of 4 just to make sure that they don't accidentally pull it out. I haven't found that that's necessary. For some reason, I'm having trouble getting it in that little tiny hole. There we go. Again, I try to get them as even as possible. The ends even as possible when I'm going through. So this ORCO, I think, was made in the 70s. You still see them around, but they're not as common. These are actually a more economical version of the Union production looms, but these were made in Ohio. I'm not sure where the Unions were made. But I was just happy. I found this one in, so I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I actually found this in Joplin, which is just an hour and a half up the road from me. So I was so ecstatic to find a loom this close to home. That was in my budget, and I ended up taking, because I have a tiny vehicle, all the pieces wouldn't fit in one trip. So I ended up taking 2 trips. The lady I bought it from I've actually become really good friends with her. And so we still talk quite a bit. Come on. Two more after I get this one. If I can get this one. There we go. Knot. Come on. Awesome. Okay, so another thing I'd like to do is I like to double check, make sure that when I am threading through the staples, I didn't accidentally get it twisted in my threading. So I just double check that, and then I'm going to grab all of my gray, and this is can be a little tricky. All my gray, there we go. All my gray. Thick. Yeah. Yep, everything looks good. And then make sure nothing's tangled. and give it a knot. And then, so I have my warping guide all threaded and ready to go. So later this afternoon, I'm going to come back and I'm going to start redoing all of my sections, and I'll show you how I do that. You all have a great day. Have a blessed day.